guys, Dal Houston with Dal Houston Exchange Companies. What I want to talk today about is a construction exchange, or put another way, making improvements on your intended replacement property. So one of the things that is allowed, it requires some structure. It isn't quite as straightforward, and it's not as a regular looking, forward looking exchange, but is putting improvements on the replacement property. Now, from a purely practical standpoint, one would look and you'd say, I've sold a property. I use those proceeds to buy potentially, say, raw property. And I'm just going to use some of those proceeds to build a new building on it, or a driveway, or a parking lot, or whatever the improvement is that you want. But the IRS and the code is very specific about how that be done. So it isn't as simple as saying, okay, we're going to buy this. Now let's just take these proceeds and have a new driveway put down, for instance. Because when you are doing that, understand that what those proceeds are going towards, as far as the taxpayer's perspective, is the purchase of labor, the purchase of wet concrete, forms, things like that. So what has to happen in a construction or improvement exchange is that the intermediary, or normally it's going to be called an accommodator, because they are holding title to that property on behalf of the taxpayer for a purpose. They are going to, instead of the taxpayer taking title and then getting cash to pay the contractor for those improvements, the accommodator takes title, and the intermediary pays out bills, or pays out cash for bills to go to the contractor for the payment of labor, for the purchase of the raw concrete. If it was a building, they are buying lumber, they are buying brick, they are buying labor again. And so what happens is that accommodator holds title to that property until those improvements are complete. Okay, now they're complete, they're conveyed to the taxpayer. By that, then what the taxpayer has taken title to is real estate. Those intangible things of labor, those tangible things of boards and iron and concrete, have changed their form from being concrete, from being wood, being tin, whatever it is. They are now real estate. Hence, when you look at what the taxpayer spent their money on, they spent it on real estate. And what you've had the accommodator intermediary do is be purchasing those items, not on behalf of the taxpayer, but as part of the 1031 exchange. I don't know if that makes sense to a lot of people, and you've really got to change your way of thinking about that. There's a lot of improvement exchanges. We call them construction exchanges in our office, but they can be done. They're done all the time, but you've got to structure them correctly, and you've got to learn to appreciate that difference between saying the taxpayer is taking title to real estate with those improvements incorporated into the real estate, as opposed to I'm buying real estate and now making improvements to it. There is a big difference. I hope you find this content useful. And if you have any questions, check out our social media. Please don't hesitate to contact us. And again, good luck with your 1031.